since 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony. Until one day, a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
What's going on, guys? Happy Saturday. Hello. Welcome everybody back to another live stream. We're doing a little bit of a different thing today. We're checking out the Flight Beam Studios Denver scenery. We got La Boom TV and we got Horizon 95. We got Gary. Welcome, Gary. Welcome, guys. Happy Saturday. Like I said, I've done one stream like this before, and that was when the LAX Ini Builds scenery came out. So it was a lot of fun. Honestly, it's such a chill stream. These kind of streams where you don't need to necessarily worry about flying from A to B, and you just explore the airport in more detail than you're typically used to seeing. Because I feel like, you know, sometimes with the live streams, the airports are kind of explored really quickly and they take almost the backseat to the flight itself, and rightfully so, because we're all here at the end of the day to fly and we love aircraft and we love aviation. But I think the especially sceneries as complex and huge as this deserve a little bit of love, so I try to do that. I don't do it often enough, but I will try to do that more moving forward. So as I said, welcome everybody. We do have the 172. We might give it a little go today. Why not? But aside from that, we're just gonna chill and we're gonna have a look, the in-depth look at this Flight Beam Studios Denver scenery. So welcome. Let me put some background music on. I'm not gonna have any ATC or anything today. And let me know, guys, if my voice is coming through loud and clear. 5x5. Horizon, are you playing? Yeah, I'm playing on the Microsoft Store version. I don't have the Steam. I have the Microsoft Store version. And later on, if more people join, you guys are more than welcome to join me in the community server. I believe I'm automatic. Okay, yeah, we're in the East USA server. It's on automatic, but it picked the East USA, so believe we can fly together. Whoever is up for it. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. Good to be back with you. So first of all, we are at the GA ramp here. One and only lonely Cessna 172, flying solo. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. And the frames, by the way, are great. Now, obviously we're not flying the Phoenix or the PMDG and stuff like that, so the frames are going to be a lot better. But even when I did try loading into the airport with the 737, the PMDG, it was relatively smooth, especially compared to like the Builds KLAX scenery and stuff like that. One of the more performance intensive ones. Here we got the FBO signature flight support executive terminal. Will I have open world when buying standard version? Yep, it's the exact same. The difference with standard and premium deluxe is just they have more aircrafts and more sceneries. Horizon 95, but you'll still get the open world. You get the ortho and the beautiful photogrammetry that makes Microsoft Flight Simulator stand out compared to X-Plane. Let me see if the inside the FBO is modeled. Okay, no, I didn't think so. For sure the other places are modeled, but so this is the general aviation area. Let's make our way over. And I got some stuff open, some browser windows open just to read up a little bit on this airport. It's truly is one of the largest airports in the US, and it has like something. How long are the airport? The runways, let's see. 16,000 foot runway, guys. That's crazy. Runway 34 left, 16,000 feet. Now keep in mind, we are at an elevation of 5,400, so it makes sense to have longer runways, but 12,000, look, all the other ones are 12,000. This is kind of what makes this this airport interesting. It's kind of mysterious. It has some quirks to it. It has a bunch of like paintings, and it has a crazy blue horse and all that stuff that we'll go over. But like all the other airports, if you look, they're like kind of random numbers. But this is kind of interesting how Denver's like, boom, 16, 12, 12, 12. Exactly. It's pretty cool. I wonder what the backstory to that is. Can I paint my own plane, or do I need a software? Oh, I think you can make your own liveries, but I have no idea how to do that. But you can download your own skins and stuff. You can download custom skins from different sites, like for example flightsim.to Horizon 95. So yeah, you're not just limited to the ones that come with the sim. You can definitely get your own skins. I don't know how to do it, like I said, but I know it's possible. A lot of people have their own kind of skins. Liking the textures. The bricks look, I can kind of reach out and touch the brick and like feel the coarseness of it. These are the transformer boxes. Got the rusty containers. Wonder what this is. Yeah, these secondary kind of buildings are not going to be modeled on the inside. I would expect the oh, Continental Cargo, there you go. I would expect the terminal to be modeled, obviously, and the control tower and stuff. We'll have a look. I guess it's a catering building here because you can see the forks and knives and all that. And this one wouldn't be modeled either. No, it wouldn't be. Let me show you guys, whoever's interested in this scenery. So we got the flightbeam.net, that's the website. Check out their sceneries, they have a whole bunch. Wellington International they have. LFBO Talauzi. They have Auckland. Italian airports. Let's go to products. Okay, so they have X-plane scenery too. Let's see, where's Denver? Right here. So interesting. They don't have too many. It looks like they're more of a European dev. I see Washington, Portland, and Denver. Okay, I'm gonna have a close look at this. I might buy that one later. Because based on what I see from this developer for Denver, I would like to try out the Portland one. It's probably solid. Dulles, we don't fly too much in and out of Washington. When we do, it's usually DCA. But yeah, I'd like to get Portland perhaps. But let's have a look at Denver. Welcome to a new generation of flight sim. Denver is one of Microsoft Flight Simulator's first add-on airports. We've taken all the latest tech and gave Denver International a major makeover with all new PBR materials, sloped runways, and the absolute latest visuals, which ultimately immerse you in the largest land-sized airport in the US. There we go. Like I said, this is huge. This airport's so big. Denver is based off a lengthy on-site survey of the actual airport and captures all the important details of the airport. So they actually went and grabbed the on-site survey, the actual surveys that they used to make like changes to the buildings and all that. They've used that. That's pretty cool. Horizon 95, where can I buy more planes like A220? Well, A220 is not out yet, but usually you buy it from the developer's own website. So for example, the Phoenix A320, you can buy it from phoenixsimulations.com. The PMDG.com has all the PMDG 737 products. So it depends which aircraft you're looking for specifically. So it has everything from the majestic Jepson terminal to the Blue Mustang, which we're going to look at, Blue Horse. It's a very, very odd and mysterious airport. I love it. One of my favorite US airports, aside from San Diego, of course. Love San Diego. But yeah, if you're interested, check it out here. I pulled up a few Google images of the actual thing so we can have a quick comparison when we get to it. Stuff like this, the actual terminal building. I'm just kind of exploring the outskirts right now before we get to the main stuff. Of course, a scenery review is not a scenery review by simple if I don't comment on the cars. Gotta check out the cars. Let's see. Honestly, I'd give this comparatively to some of the other crisp textures in cars I've seen in other, for example, vertical sims sceneries. I would probably give this a solid like 6 out of 10 maybe. I've seen better, I'm not gonna lie. For example, I'm not even recognizing these cars because the resolution is so low. Just giving it to you straight. Yeah, the car's kind of meh. Some of the other sceneries that we're used to seeing crisp textures for the cars in, you can kind of recognize the car distinctively from a mile away. Nathan Towell, hello, welcome. Happy Saturday, Nathan. Yeah, you can spot the Teslas and the Toyotas and the Hondas and all that from a mile away, whereas this one, it's all kind of just an afterthought. Cars are like an afterthought. So cars, we'll give it a 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10-ish. The buildings look great. Of course, cars should take a backseat in terms of quality and everything and priority for, because you got to take into account its performance as well. They would love to make everything as crisp and wonderful as possible and make it look great, but then it will get you like 19 FPS on most systems. So they're gonna have to pick and choose which areas to kind of sacrifice to save on performance optimization and frames, and which areas to put their focus on. And in that aspect, I would say this is all right. Like, I would, if I were them, knowing how big this airport is and how smooth they managed to make it run, I would say sacrificing the cars perhaps is not the end of the world. Now, if I go to the air traffic control tower and that's not modeled, I'd be very disappointed. We'll have a look. We got the FedEx building, the cargo area here. The FedEx trucks look a little bit more decent. At least the tires on them. Not the truck itself. Just looks like a Lego block. We got all the crates and the baggage containers here. It's like a shipping and receiving facility for FedEx. And we got the horse over here. Yeah, we'll come back to the horse because it's absolutely crazy. Look at this. Those eyes are creepy. Looks really nice though. I should remember to do a little night view of it as well. Of the whole airport. Someone remind me if I forget. Let's see how close to the real thing this looks. I looked it up. Where's the horse? Right here. Like, how creepy does that look? I'm not even gonna get to Lucifer. I'm hoping. Okay, it's called Blue Mustang. Okay, it's not called Lucifer. If it was officially called Lucifer, I would have had some eyebrows to raise. But even at night, like, look at that. That looks crazy. I guess there's LED lights there for his eyes. I wonder what the story is. Like, they just decided to pop a horse here with red eyes. What do you guys think? Lucifer vandalized, so it looks like as a joke they call it Lucifer. Graffiti found on iconic blue. Oh, somebody vandalized it? Oh my god. Already? Let's do a side by side here. We'll go here. It does look pretty good. It does look pretty accurate. At one glance, at least. Oh yeah. Trying to find like a more like for like comparison. What a creepy looking thing. If I was about to hop on an airplane and this is like what I saw greeting me at the airport, especially if it's like at night and the red eyes are like popping in the like deep darkness of night, I'd be like nervous. But yeah, they did nail it. Look at that. Okay, this is a perfect one. Let's try to go around and have a like for like comparison. I wonder just this horse alone, how long it took them to model it. I mean, yeah, close enough. If you really want to be picky, I wonder if this part it matches exactly or not, but yeah, the horse looks decent. Is it just me, or does it look like the actual thing, the in real life horse has is kind of like standing at a higher angle, maybe? Let me have a quick look at it on at nighttime, actually. Let's see, we'll come here. Oh boy, look at that. You know what? That is actually a screenshot. I'm going to take a screenshot right here. Definitely. Snip. Save this. That looks great with the sunset. Let's see. We're gonna call this Lucifer 1. Oh, they didn't model the red eyes. I was expecting the red eyes to completely pop out at me like it does in real life. So that's the only thing keeping me from giving it a 10 out of 10. Otherwise, the modeling is great. So I've never been. Whoever's been to Denver Airport, if you happen to be there at night, can you confirm that the eyes light up? Because that's a pretty big thing I would find. I would comment. I definitely hope the eyes lit up red. That's like a defining feature of the horse. Look at that. The runway lights look great. You see the Mausers. But yeah, we'll have a closer look once we go to the terminal area of it at night. Let me roll back the clock again. I was just wanting to see how the horse looks. Lucifer. It's not looking like much. It looks like Lucifer's not home right now. He's sleeping. Alright, let's go back. Cool. And don't forget to smash the like button, guys, if you're just joining us, by the way. All right. Let's continue the tour, shall we? To the parking lot area. This is live weather. Yeah, live weather's on. You know how crazy the weather in Denver gets. 1 minute it's like cloudy, the next minute it's completely sunny. Denver International Airport. The buses here. It's a pretty big parking lot here. Right by the horsey. We got the sign, street signs, rental car return, airport exit, return to terminal parking. Cool. Soares Aviation's in the house. I can't smash the like button otherwise. I will crack my screen, but I will click it. Yeah, you can just gently click it. That also works. Welcome, welcome, Sawyer. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Got the solar panels here. I guess that's kind of another off-ramp or something for cars. It's a bridge. No, that's for monorail, it looks like. Are those rails? The resolution, yeah, I think it's rails. It's kind of hard to tell, but... Does it have a monorail tram system or something like Toronto does, perhaps? Maybe? Let's head towards the main area. Arrivals, departures, commercial vehicles. That, look at this. This terminal building is such a work of art. My goodness. That looks crazy, guys. See, this is why I said it doesn't matter that if they kind of treated the cars as an afterthought in the development of the scenery, because it more than makes up for it with stuff like this. Look at the lights reflecting off the windows. Wow. Screenshot. Looks like a huge terminal, by the way. Get that. Beauty. Now let's see how it compares to in real life. Okay, this is a good picture probably. We'll just look at it here. So I guess that's looking at it from the other side. Yeah, the scenery is so intricate. It worked out to about $35 Canadian or something like that, I want to say. But I have to double check. Don't quote me on that. It's around that ballpark for the price. Probably like 20 something US, I would say. It's definitely worth it if you're interested. And by the way, guys, don't forget, just look up a tutorial on YouTube how to replace premium deluxe sceneries for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Don't forget to do that, because you have to delete the original scenery that comes with it. For the premium deluxe versions, sceneries like Denver Airport, they're one of the handcrafted ones. So you can't just install this one on top of it. You're going to have issues. So make sure to go to your content manager and delete the original, uninstall the original one, so it doesn't cause any interference with this scenery when you purchase it, when you install it. And if you're not sure how to do that, just look it up on YouTube. There's tutorials. But yeah, this FPS is great. Like I said, I'm not running FSLTL, traffic injector, or all that stuff. That would make a difference. We're just with a 172. But yeah, I'm getting in the greens, 40s. Good. I'll take it. Now let's compare this to this. Oh yeah. So this part, I don't see it here. Maybe it's looking at it from the other way. Yeah, it is. Because the tower is behind us. Yeah, there we go. Wow, it's huge. I think the picture's kind of going like this, maybe. Yeah. Looks pretty darn accurate to me, guys. That looks good. That looks good. Let's have a look inside. Not sure what that is. Not much going on inside here. So that's not modeled. I kind of expected this to be modeled though inside. Where's the actual terminal then? The terminal must be modeled. If this is not it. Okay, we'll check the actual terminals here. I'm not sure what that building is. Is it like an entrance area? It looks huge. Okay, this is where we actually board and the gates. So I would expect this to definitely be modeled. There we go. Sure is. The resolution on these billboards look great. What does it say? A secret portal to the underworld? Streamlined security, another misunderstood mural. So they actually embrace the fact that there's a lot of mystery around their murals and stuff. They're very public about it. That's interesting. Welcome, Captain Eli. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Yeah, Denver Airport would definitely freak everybody out. Six feet of space. They even have all the COVID stuff here. Interesting. Al Baker, welcome Al. Thanks for joining. Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. Just checking out. See, in some sceneries, stuff like this is less legible, I want to say. So like the resolution on these departure boards, you can barely read them. Whereas this one's pretty clear. I like that. Oh, look at this. They even have the gate agent's information on the computer showing. That's pretty cool. What's happening behind this wall? Gargoyle breeding grounds. A top secret Freemason meeting. An improved... What the... An improved airport experience. Learn the truth at denverfiles.com. Ooh, shout out Air Canada. We have Air Canada in the house. It's crazy, guys. I did not expect to see these kind of billboards here. Not gonna lie to you. I like the red carpet in the terminal building. It's probably accurate. I haven't been to Denver though. So that's just one of the gate areas. See the ground textures. Decent, like any other airport. One thing I'm definitely happy about getting this scenery, guys, is the fact that we don't have that. I don't have to deal with that hump in the airport anymore. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. The default Denver scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator has a huge ramp kind of slope to it that breaks your nose wheel. No people, no planes, kind of spooky. Yep. Are you getting the ATR next week? I haven't decided. I would, but there's a huge learning curve with that one, Gary. If anything, I'm gonna pick it up in like not right when it comes out, but a little bit after. I was pleasantly surprised to hear that ATR is coming out though. The previews look great. We'll see how it is. I mean, I like Dash 8s as well, so ATRs are nice. Pretty much like another Dash 8. We got the lovely people here in the terminals. We have this guy just kind of waiting for his flight, businessman. Yeah, it looks good. But yeah, I would like to learn how to fly the ATR for sure, Gary. I would want to learn it eventually. You prefer the Dash 8, but you're still glad it's coming out. Yep, I would have liked the Dash 8 to come. Just in general, I'm more familiar with the Dash 8. Not flying it, but just in general, it's like a Canadian brand and everything, and I've seen a lot of them in Pearson. I don't see any ATRs here. I'm sure the odd one might come occasionally, but in general, lots of Dash 8s fly into Pearson and not a lot of ATRs, so I don't know much about that aircraft. I just know they had that horrible Yeti Airlines crash in Nepal. But aside from that, is this the control tower? Oh, baby. Okay, guys. This scenery just got 10 times better in Simple's point of view. Because you guys know how much I like my air traffic control center tower. And this looks pretty darn detailed, I'm not gonna lie to you. We are not gonna lie, look at that. Whoops! And of course I pressed the wrong button. We have to go all the way back. Let me just speed it up. I think there's a couple towers, because that was like the Majestic Dash It will come out eventually for Microsoft, but nobody knows when. Yeah, I know. I've seen for X-Plane the Fly JSim Dash 8, is it? That one's pretty decent, but not if you're not an X-Plane person. So that's one tower, and then this is the other tower. Let's check out this one quickly first. So these guys not only modeled inside the ATC tower, but they went so far as to put this stuff in the middle, like bookcases and drawers and stuff. What? They even modeled the stairs down. I wonder how many sets of stairs you have to take up to the tower. Does ATC have to be like in shape? Is there no elevators? Okay, yeah, 10 out of 10 on the. You know what? No, 9 out of 10 on the tower modeling, only because there's no sound. If I heard sound as well, like we do in the Reagan International, the Reagan National Airport (DCA), that one I think actually has sounds inside the ATC tower, which I find really cool. Is one of those towers FAA? I have no idea. Al, no idea. Odd question, but how much FPS are you getting right now? Oh, I already... Welcome, Eli. I looked at it earlier. It was 44. Let me check right now. Okay, so I'm getting like 48. I know it's... You guys can't see because of the overlay here, but I'm getting 48, 49. So, yeah. But keep in mind, Eli, like I don't have the Phoenix running. I don't have the PMDG and stuff like that running. So that's why... it's always going to be a lot smoother when you're running it with like a default Cessna 172, which is what I'm doing. So I would probably deduct a few frames. If you were to like load the Phoenix here, it'll probably be like 40-ish. On my system anyway. And of course my system, you guys can get the specs with the specs command in chat, ! Specs. All right. Yeah, I'm loving this control tower, guys. Look at that. You can almost go as far as be able to read what it is, but not quite. You have the... Actually, no, you can read it. Gate. You can kind of make out what it is. LAX. These are where the destinations, I guess. Okay. Estimated time of departure. I see it. Cool. Really good job. Excellent job, Flight Beam Studios, on the modeling of the tower for sure. So that's one of the towers. Let's check out that other tower that we were originally going to go see. Speed it up a little bit. Boom. And then slow it back down. We got the security cameras on each corner. Wait, wasn't this the tower we were at? Or is that we were just at a tower before I pressed the button that took us back to the Cessna? I guess it wasn't this one then. I was looking for the other tower. Where did it go? So there was that one. There was like a shorter one somewhere. We'll find it eventually. Oh no, it was this one, wasn't it? Should have been right here. Nope. Guess not. Oh, maybe it was the one down there actually. Maybe it was that one. Yeah, there you go. Slow it down. Yeah, look at that. So I would have liked to see some ATC controllers actually in here, and some ATC sound. So maybe I'll give it like 8.5 out of... Oh, okay, 9 out of 10. Look at this, guys. They have a screenshot of Microsoft Flight Simulator being played inside the tower. So I guess on their off time when they're rotating shifts and the ATC is taking a break, they'll be playing some Microsoft Flight Simulator. Although I must say, based on the keyboard and the monitor, it looks like this computer has had better days and it's a little bit of an older computer. Not sure how smooth it's going to run Microsoft Flight Simulator. They'll probably just be able to enter the main menu and that's it. They can't even load up a flight. It's so slow. Look at that. That's the computer. That's pretty creative though. That is pretty creative. You saw it here first, folks. Tandy computer. Yeah, honestly, Gary, they must be getting like 2 FPS, 3 FPS. There's no way they're playing on this computer. This is like one of those, what did you call them? The ones before the Pentiums back in the day. I don't want to, a 386? I want to say 486 or something like that. For those of you old enough to remember those kind of computers, that's what that reminds me of. That's pretty cool. Pretty creative. They got the ooh, what's with the binoculars? This is like one of the most high resolution item in this scenery. Binoculars look mint. Got the walkie-talkies. Got all their files and documents. So yeah, great job. 8.5 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 because they played Microsoft Flight Simulator in the tower. So 9 out of 10 on the modeling of the tower. We'll settle at 9 out of 10. If I saw people, I would have given it 9.5. And then if there's sound, that's 10 out of 10. Those mean clouds are traveling over the airport right now. I don't think we're VFR conditions. Let me see. METAR. Kaden. Denver International ATIS or METAR as of 0053 Zulu. So that's almost an hour old. Winds are 260 at 6, 10 statute miles. Scattered 3,300 feet, broken 7,000, broken 12,000, temperature 3, altimeter -4. Or dew point -4, altimeter 3012. Okay, interesting. So broken 1,200. I guess if you want to call that broken, that looks ominous. But quite typical of a Denver airport. Now let me have a look at the stuff I had pulled up. Have a quick look at the history of Denver Airport. Traditionally home to one of the busier airports in the US because of its mid-continent location that was ideal for an airline hub. Several airlines, notably United and Continental, were hubbed at the former Stapleton International, helping make it the sixth busiest airport in the country by the 1960s. But Stapleton was cramped, with little room to add additional flights, with runways too close together, leading to long waits and bad weather that would cause nationwide. Oh yeah, could you imagine a poorly designed airport in this kind of weather that changes 24/7? So they investigated where they can make the airport. 2 years later, Mayor Wellington Webb inherited the mega project, which at that time was scheduled to open on October 29, 1993. At the time, United was refusing to move to the new airport over the high proposed fees. The airline finally relented under the condition that the airport include an automated baggage system. Okay, so they kind of United negotiated, I guess. Denver finally replaced Stapleton Airport on February 28, 1995. So it's been open for a while. Like 35 years. Or 30 years. Months behind schedule and at a cost of $4.8 billion. Equivalent to $8 billion as of 2021. Holy moly. Art and aesthetics. The Jepson Terminal's internationally recognized peaked roof designed by Fentress Bradburn Architects. Okay, so that's those circus roof looking things that we saw. Resembles snow-capped mountains and evokes the early history of Colorado when Native Americans' teepees were located across the Great Plains. Interesting. So there's a history behind it. It's not just architects going crazy. They're modeling it after the teepees that used to be used by the Native Americans here. Interesting. Learn something new. The catenary steel cable system, similar to the Brooklyn Bridge design, supports the fabric roof. Interesting. Bronze statue of Denver native Jack Swigert. Denver has 4 murals by the Chicano artist Leo Tanguma. Children of the World Dream of Peace is in 2 parts. The first depicts of the honors of war with a man in a gas mask brandishing a saber. The second, larger part shows this man toppled smiling children from many nations making swords into plowshares. Definitely one of its kind. There's no other airport like it here. The airport, in March 9, 2019, the airport unveiled an animated talking gargoyle in the middle of one of the concourses. The gargoyle interacted with passengers and joked about the supposed conspiracies connected to the airport. So like I said, it looks like they kind of embrace it and they make like comedy out of it. It's pretty cool. Blue Mustang, which is that horse, by El Paso-born artist Luis Jimenez, was one of the earliest public art commissions for Denver International Airport in 1993. The 32-foot tall, so that's, if you guys picture like a basketball net, that's 10 feet. So imagine the height of 3 different basketball nets stacked on top of each other. That's how big that horse is. So that's pretty big. That's a big horse. 32-foot tall sculpture is a bright blue cast fiberglass sculpture of a horse with glowing red eyes, located between the inbound and outbound lanes of Pena Boulevard. Jimenez was killed in 2006 at 65 while creating the sculpture when part of it fell on him and severed an artery in his leg. Okay, so are you telling me the artist died making the horse? Are we talking about the horse right now? Guys, that is creepy as heck, because the horse itself already looks so ominous, and they call it Lucifer, and it killed its own artist because it fell on his leg and severed an artery. That's like some Final Destination thing. What the heck? That just makes... Blue Mustang was completed by others. Oh my god, guys, that just made it 10 times more creepy. Wow. So this article's from Simple Flying, I found. Shrouded in Mystery, the story of Denver International. You got the Frontier there with the fox. So this is just repeating the Stapleton stuff we read, which came before the Denver airport. They added a... 8 years after opening, they added a 6th runway. 16 right, 34 left. Altitude, that makes sense. So because of its high altitude, that's why it has longer runways. It has the density altitude to deal with. Interesting. Let's see how it looks at night. Kind of zoom out. We'll do like an overhead view like this. If I pull the time forward, push it forward. That blue building looks really cool. The whatever that is, not the terminal, but I like the lights. Not a lot of people here. But yeah, the overall verdict, I definitely recommend this for whoever's interested in buying it. I approve. I like it. It's good to see what kind of updates they'll come out with as well. Yeah, that's probably the monorail station or whatever, maybe. Yeah, looks like it. So that's what this is. It's the monorail building station. Monorail station. I would have actually liked to see that tram or train, whatever you want to call it. I don't see it. Maybe that's something they can add in their next update. I would like to see an actual train going back and forth on the tracks, like for example in the Fly Tampa YYZ scenery. That would be pretty cool. That would be cool. Alright, let's jump to the 172. Now this weather, if I was a VFR pilot, I would not want to fly in this weather, obviously. Let me get another METAR, see if it changed. METAR Kilo Delta Echo November. Come on, Nightbot. Nightbot's thinking. So, okay, so it hasn't changed. 10 statute miles visibility, which is true, but the cloud ceiling's broken. 1200. That makes me not want to do VFR. So, what we can do is just put the weather back to like scattered clouds or something, just so. Or you know what? If it's like broken 1200, we can try to just go traffic pattern altitude. So traffic pattern altitude is going to be 1,000 feet above the field elevation. So the field elevation is around 5,500 feet, I believe. Yeah, 5434. So add 1,064. So the cloud bases do look okay, but obviously in real life I would never want to fly VFR in these kind of conditions. You know what? Let's just try it out. And if we fly into clouds by accident, we can just change the weather to standard. Alright, so let's see if I remember what to do with the Cessna over here. So used to the 7.3 and the Phoenix A320, guys. All right. I do have my Honeycomb Alpha. I'll show you guys here real quick. I've switched it up to the Honeycomb Alpha. Bought it out of the cupboard where it was collecting dust for a while ever since we got the Boeing TCA yoke. We've been using that for all our PMDG 737 flights, but it's good to get this bad boy out for GA. And I even went ahead and switched my what do you call it, thrust, my throttle and my mixture liver on the Honeycomb Bravo. We're all set up for GA flying. Kind of misses this. I kind of miss this. Takes me back to my roots when I started with Microsoft Flight Simulator long ago, a year and a half ago. or not relatively long ago. But yeah, we're ready to go, guys. We're gonna just do a couple circuits, traffic patterns, have a look at this beautiful airport from the sky. Yeah, those clouds definitely do make me nervous. You know what? Should we just go ahead and switch it now? No, you know what? Let's just keep the live weather for fun. We can always change it if we need to. All right. So we are in the pit. First thing I want to do is battery master going on. And why is it so lit up? Can I turn the lights down? Radio panel lights, glare shield pedal. There we go. Keep the avionics masters off for now. And this is in the off position. That's good. Throttle in 1 inch, mixture full rich. Fuel selector shut off to, or fuel shut off valve to in. And this is on both. The fuel selector valve is on both. We'll get fuel pump on a little bit to prime it. And beauty. So it's on. Let's go alternator. Check our amps. We are getting good amps. Avionic master can come on. Fuel pump can come off. Beacon light should have been on. Nav light should have been on. Pitot heat can come on. Takeoff, trim. Trim is set to take off. Good old Cessna 172, baby. I got the Garmin, whatever the number is. I don't know the model. Oh yeah, Garmin 530 right here, and the Garmin 430. So we are equipped and ready to go. Weight and balance. Let's see. Let's get some extra fuel here. Take 69, of course. Make the 0. So just me. I'll put like 85 kilos. 0 here. And good fuel. So payload 85 out of 288. Total 957 out of 1160. Fuel 105 out of 152. We're good. Okay, this is just locating the satellites. Where are we right now? Somewhere here. Let's see. Ah, nav, there we go. So we're sitting at the GA ramp right here. So we're going to taxi that way. So where are the winds coming from? 260 at 6. So we want to take, we can take 35 left right here actually. And then let's see. Nearest. We have nearest airports, nearest intersection, nearest NDB, and VORs. We can tune in the Denver VOR just for the hell of it. Some situational awareness. 117.9 is the frequency. Let's see, how do you switch this? So that's for the comm. We'll go 122.8. Not that we're on VATSIM or anything, just for fun. Now, how do you do the nav frequency? Ah, there you go. You click that. Okay. And the Denver VOR frequency is 117.9. 117.9er. Let's see which radio we're on. So I'm going to 117.9 is in. Nav is the source. And CDI VLOC, there we go. So course direction indicator, I want it to be on VLOC, which is for tracking ground-based navigations, so VORs, ILS, etc. So I'm going to turn this knob until this needle gets centered, and that'll show me which radial we're on. But I do want to stay on from, because if you're on 2, if you want to locate yourself, you do from, because that's going to be the actual radial that you're on. So there we go. It looks like we are on 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6. So 3.45. We're on the 3.45 radial right now. Interesting. Okay, good. It's good to know. Now we're not gonna have a flight plan. We're just doing pattern work, so that's fine. Procedures, that's fine. We're not IFR. I'll keep that on VLOC though, just so we have the VOR tuned in for fun. Cool. And I'll put this back on nav here, and then maybe the bottom one as well. We can. Yeah, we'll keep both of them in this. I'll zoom this one out a bit more. You can see the all the different airspaces. So these green lines are all the sort of like, this is the Delta airspace around the airport, and these are the Bravo shelves for the Bravo airspace. Right here, these are all the Bravo airspaces and stuff like that. So cool. Heading, so we are, our compass is indicating maybe 212 or something like that. 212, so that matches our heading indicator. We can go idle on the engine for now, and taxi lights can come on. All right. So yeah, we'll just take 3-5 left. We'll swing around, take a right turn here. We don't want to hurt this good guy over here. So parking brake's coming off. Pitot heat is on. Strobes will leave until the runway. All right. Mixture is full rich. Beauty. Let's swing it around. Oh yeah, those clouds are mean clouds, guys. This has such a nostalgic feeling right now. Taking me right back to when I started with Microsoft Flight Simulator, like in 2021. November of 2021. I used to fly 172s around. So we are on live weather. Let's set the altimeter. It's 3012. I'm gonna come over here and set the altimeter to 3012. There we go. So we are at around 5,360 feet, which is interesting because that's probably not correct, because our correct altitude should be 5434. It's showing 5360. So maybe the METAR, as usual, the live weather engine for Microsoft is not necessarily matching the METAR. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here until I get the correct elevation, 5430. There we go. So it's should be more like 3018 right now, the altimeter. Flight attendants in a 172. Yep. Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff. And of course, we are in a 172. We don't need to taxi full length. Okay, so right now we are on the 350 radial. If you guys ever get lost, you can use two different VORs to triangulate your position. Just spin it until you get from and center the needle, so you know which radial you're on with relation to one VOR. And then you do the same with your second nav radio and this second one. And once you center both, and you can kind of, when you know which radial you are in relation to two VORs, you can triangulate your position. Gary says someone gotta hand me my peanuts back there. Gary, you want some peanuts? Somebody give Gary some peanuts. He's nervous. Wind looks calm. Scott says KDEN equals KSFO. Wait, does the thing says KDEN to KSFO or something? Scott, welcome, buddy. Hold on. Exploring FB. Okay, no. Scott, I don't know if you're just making a joke, but it's funny because I was yeah, okay, so you're making a joke, but you got me because I was planning on for the next stream to do San Francisco to Denver. So I thought maybe I put the wrong title because I forgot to update it. Long flight. In a 172. That's hilarious. Welcome, Scott. I'm glad you can join us today. We were exploring the thing in detail. It's a very good scenery. Now we're just going to do a couple traffic patterns. So what's my runway heading? It is 353, okay? 353. So I want to bug downwind. So 35, let's do 17. Just so I can have a little reference for my downwind turn. There we go. Alright, let's do a quick run up here. I'm going to put it to 1600 RPM. And we'll go left magneto, and we're looking for a drop of 75 RPMs or less. Okay, rip. 125 RPM drop, so that's not a good magneto. Back to both. 1600, now to the right magneto. What's wrong with this Cessna? And I'm using the magneto on my Honeycomb Bravo, guys, or Honeycomb Alpha. So this, I'm seeing 125 RPM decrease. That's double what it should be, because in total it should be 150 RPM decrease among both of them. I'm getting more like 250 or 225, whatever. So, rip. Obviously, in real life, I wouldn't fly this. No, Scott, this is just the default one. This is just the default one. Is there a payware Microsoft Flight Simulator? Cessna 172? Let's go strobe lights, landing lights. And I'll do a quick flight controls test. Full left, neutral, full right, neutral, full aft, neutral, and forward neutral. Rudders. Flight control test complete. All right, so we're at 5,400. We're looking for a traffic pattern altitude of 6,400 feet. Let me just get my charts out. Put it on this side. ATR next week. Not sure if Microsoft is giving it away for free or charging. I want to say they'll charge, but I'm not sure about that. Yeah, Gary was talking about that, Scott. I kind of wish it was Dash 8, because I'm so used to the Dash 8, seeing a lot of them here in Toronto and stuff. Not a lot of Dash ATR action here in Canada, but all right. Is there a chrono? No. Okay. Let's see which radial we're on. We are now on 352 radial. All right. Let's get out of here. Right rudder, right rudder, right rudder. All right, takeoff power is set. Engine indications normal in the green, engines in the green. Airspeed is alive. $60 knots. And one thing we forgot to do was set our flaps. Rip. No flaps. Take off, no problem. Let's try to trim it for climbing at VY, which is 80 knots, 79 in a 172. There we go. Trim to keep that. And we're looking for a traffic pattern altitude of 1,000 feet. That's 6,400. We're kind of getting pushed to the right from the winds, which makes sense because the winds are 260, which is coming out of my left side. Makes sense. $700 feet. I can start my crosswind here. Trim it a little bit, and then turn downwind. All right, 6,400 feet, that's traffic pattern altitude. Pull the power back a little bit. There's the marker. Let's try to trim it to stay level. Looking good. That's how the airport looks, guys. Just trying to kind of show you guys without stalling the Cessna. Amazing frames. The FPS is great. Of course, because I'm in a 172. Alright, we're almost to beam the threshold. We can pull the power back now and start a shallow descent. Let's see which radial we're on. Okay, so right now we're like at the 280 radial. Alright, I'm in flap speed, go flaps down 1 notch. Over here. Flaps down 1. I'll descend to about 250, and then I'll start my base. Alright, let's start that base. We're gonna turn to 350. It's roughly runway heading. Trim it a little bit for descent. Watch that airspeed. Alright, I'm gonna go on the right side runway this time. I'm trying to like use the electrical trim switch. I'm so used to the 7.3 and stuff. It's hilarious. Alright, let's go 1 more notch of flaps. Three red, 1 white. Let's try to get that 2 red, 2 white. Speed's at 75. And I don't have a wind indicator as I do in my fancy NDs for the Airbus. Winds are supposed to be coming out of the left side. Flight control cam, I forgot. I'll show you guys the inputs. A little fast, but we do have a long ass runway. Flaps up. Airspeed's alive. 60 knots rotate. Welcome back. Pitch for 80 knots. Step on that ball. Try to keep it coordinated on the turn coordinator. Trim a little bit for takeoff. Kind of miss GA flying, guys. We should do a community fly-in thing once, where we all just hop into Cessna 172s and go berserk. I'm gonna start my crosswind turn. Like if Scott and Raf and all you guys were joining me right now, it would have been pretty hilarious, actually. We should do these kind of things more often, I think, on the channel. I always like GA. Here we go, 6,400, coming up to traffic pattern altitude. Beauty. On the downwind, pull the power back a little bit. Looks good. Sim's running smooth as butter right now. I want to center this radial again for fun. Okay, we're on the 325 radial currently. Here we go. We'll beam the threshold, pull the power back a little bit. We'll go to like 2,000 RPM. And we'll go 1 notch of flaps. One notch confirmed. Alright. Let's turn base. And I'd always, well, you'd want to turn final perfectly straight, but if I had to choose between undershooting and overshooting, I'd probably choose undershooting. Rather undershoot than overshoot. So let's see, we got, let's go to this runway. That's the one we're using. Alright, this is going to be spicy, no problem. Let's pull the power back. One more notch of flaps. I'm going to go all the way idle now because we're a little high. We're just going to gently glide her down onto 3.5 right. Airspeed's looking alright. Keep my hand on the throttle. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it. Oh, butter. Right rudder for the butter. Beauty. Welcome back to Denver. A couple touch and goes, nothing too crazy. Flaps back up. And we'll make this a full stop. And I'll actually taxi all the way to the terminals for fun. Why not? We're not on VATSIM here. Oh, you know what? I kind of wish I had the replay thing on. So we're gonna watch the replay. Let's do it. Let's take off. Should have enough runway. Rotate. Climbing at VY, 79 knots. Trying to keep runway heading. So far so good, looking good. Alright, let's make that crosswind. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to extend my downwind while we turn on the replay and all that. So I'm going to turn on the autopilot because we do have it in this Cessna. We do have the autopilot. Cessna. And in terms of the clouds, it worked out pretty well actually. The METAR seemed to be rather correct with the cloud ceiling heights. So at traffic pattern altitude of 1,000 feet above AGL, like basically we're good. We're way good with staying out of the clouds, so that's not a concern at all. But if this was real life, I don't know, I'd think twice about, as a VFR pilot, I'd think twice about flying if I was a VFR pilot when so much buildups are around like this. Because at any minute it can come over the field and box you in, right? So many different VFR accidents have happened because of accidental flying into the clouds. So let's pull the power back to cruise. Alright. Let's go autopilot. Whoopsies. Actually touched the flaps. Don't want to do that. Autopilot. And we'll go altitude hold and heading. So it's going to just keep this heading. Maybe head a little bit this way and we'll go, doesn't matter, we're on heading mode, so it doesn't matter whether I'm on nav or GPS on the source, but I'll keep it as on the nav source and the CDI on VLOC anyway. But if we get lost and we want to go direct to an airport, we'll need to put this to GPS. And you just basically steer the aircraft when you're in heading mode with your heading buck like this, and the autopilot servos just kind of follow it. It's cool. Very cool. Alright. Let me get the replay tool out. Flight recorder on. Alright, what I am missing, guys, is some water. So while we extend our downwind here, I'm just gonna go get some water and I'll be right back. Give me one moment. Hello, we back with you. So the airport's just behind us. Let's see, nearest. We got a bunch of airports. So VFR Airport, 64 feet for the longest runway. This one's 8,000 feet, KCFO. So many airports around here. Alright, so replay tool is on. Let us turn the autopilot off now. Since we extended our downwind, I can kind of start turning base and final and losing all that altitude later. So we're 1,000 feet. We're just at traffic pattern altitude right now, so we need to lose 1,000 feet. There's the field. It's amazing how long you can extend your downwind in a 172 and you're still like near the airport. This is genuinely fun, guys. I've had fun tonight. Switch it up a little bit from all the jet flying we do. I'm gonna go one notch of flaps. Beauty. Trim it a little bit. Okay, we're about 600 feet AGL. I'll take one more notch of flaps now. I love how they modeled that balloon effect. Like, you totally have to make sure you put a little bit more forward pressure on the yoke when you extend the flaps, and conversely, when you retract the flaps, you have to make sure you pull back on the yoke a little bit to counteract the fact that it wants that dip, nose dip effect when the flaps are retracted, and the nose up effect when flaps are extended. I really liked how that feels in the Honeycomb Alpha. That's one of my favorite features of the Alpha, the pressure that you feel in the yoke and how dynamic it is. So even though I got the Boeing TCA yoke and everything, that's not to say my Honeycomb was always going to just stay on the shelf and collect dust. I definitely did want to use it again, and I'm glad I'm doing that right now. So let's go full flaps. Recording is on. We got 2 red, 2 white on the Papi. Flaps are full. Flight control cam. Feet on the rudder. 2 red, 2 white all the way. I should do some discovery flights in the summer, guys. I can only imagine how fun this would be in real life. Hold it. Beauty. Nose down. And welcome back to Denver. Yeah, I definitely recommend this airport, guys. The scenery, if you're interested. Purchase it on either the Contrail app or Flightbeam Studios app website. And we'll get off on the left here. That was fun. Alright, I'm going to take a right here on Papa. And then we're going to take a left here on Echo Charlie. Look at that, right on center line, like real fake VFR pilots. Of course, it's hard to do that when you're like looking from this angle. So we're gonna cross 3-5 left at Echo Charlie and go to the terminals with the 172. Should I turn on my FSLTL traffic injector just to go park up to some of the real AI traffic that's there right now? I think that's a good idea. Let's see. We'll start the injector. And all the traffic, there we go, a little stutter there. Let's cross 17 right. There we go, you see all the planes loading up in the airport now. Not so lonely anymore. We got the Legion, we got the American. Oh, look at that. Lufthansa. Many, many, many of them at the gates. We got the beautiful mountains in the background. Look at that. I love this sim, man. I'm actually glad we ended up doing just a live weather as well. Because it was kind of curious for me. Now I know, like, when there's low-lying clouds that I know I'm only going 1,000 feet AGL, I should remember that, because once you look at it like this, it's easy to think, oh my god, I'm VFR and I don't want to fly into clouds, but that's like 3,000 feet, which is 3 times your altitude, because you're going to be at 1,000 feet AGL for your traffic pattern. So, but again, I think in real life I wouldn't risk it with clouds like this, because at any minute they can come lower and you don't want VFR, accidental VFR into the clouds. We'll go by any of these guys right here. Wake turbulence, caution, wake turbulence. This is gonna be a funny screenshot and stuff. Let's park it right here. I kind of like this angle. I'll take a screenshot with the southwest right there. There we go. Parking brakes on. Let me take a snapshot. Save that. Scott says, in all my flight sim flying, Denver has had the worst weather I landed in. Yeah, Scott, not only the worst weather you land in, but the most unpredictable. Like, Denver is known for really, really dynamic weather conditions. Like, it could be VFR and suddenly it turns to IFR conditions within a matter of 15 minutes, you know? Or like the cloud ceilings would be at 4,000 feet, and like 15 minutes later it's all of a sudden like boxing you in at like 1,200 feet and just like building up in intensity, you know? So Denver's known for that. I've heard like real pilots on YouTube say that. And whoever's interested in our Discord, I'm gonna Scott says, I had to go around 2 times, fuel low, all in the mad. Oh my gosh, that's hectic. Sheesh. I usually post all these in Discord server, guys. Whoever is new to the channel, if you want to join our Discord, there's the link, !Discord in chat. Alright, I'm going to turn off the landing lights, strobe lights. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way they modeled the tower. Both towers. Look at all these guys. United, Lufthansa, Air France. We'll take a gate. I wonder if we can call up GSX for this. So this is Bravo 50, okay? For just shits and giggles, let's see if this works. I don't see why it shouldn't. Let's see. Bravo 50. Ah, there you go. This is hilarious. Okay. I kind of did it too late. I should have done it earlier. Because now it's kind of hard to fine tune it like this, but we'll try. Now you gotta come to the right. Come on. Turn. This is hard. Boom. That's pretty cool. Parking brakes. Set. Let's go. Pitot heat can come off. And we're blinding the poor guy. Let's go taxi lights off. And we'll go Magneto's coming off. Mixture. Lean. Throttle full idle. Fuel shut off valve. Coming out. And we'll go alternator off. Avionic masters off. And battery off. That's pretty cool. Yes, I'm not getting off until I get my jetway. You know what, Gary? Actually, if I go deboard, I wonder what happens. Oh, did I leave the flaps down? Whoops. So are the flaps battery powered? Let's see. Yes, they are. You can just turn on the battery and retract them. That's pretty cool. Oh, I love how smooth the sim runs when you're not running like 30 add-ons and 40 aircraft jets, jet aircraft. All right, battery's coming back off. So if I go deboarding, will it actually work? Deboarding requested, that's hilarious. Oh, look at that parking job, chat. Look at that parking job, chat. Look at that, chat. That was good. I'm gonna take a couple of screenshots from here. Deboarding passengers now. Baggage unloading. That's hilarious. Oh, GSX, what are you doing? I'm in a 172, damn it. Bad jetway data. You won't see passengers. Okay, there you go. It realized. It realized. Crew deboarded. Yeah, I'm gonna go reset. Alright, let's take a screenshot. I'm just waiting for that little thing at the top to disappear. Come on, disappear. Don't ruin my screenshot. There we go. Snip that. Holy moly, it's loud. Turn that down. Beauty. You have your 172 here as the United 7-3 taxis by. Gotta love it. Look how small we are. So tiny. So hard to get it. Save as. All right. So this is how it looks with planes at the gates. Final verdict, like I said, I definitely recommend the scenery for whoever's interested. Just don't forget to delete if you have the premium deluxe version of Microsoft, do not forget to delete or uninstall that handcrafted version first from your content manager. And then go ahead and install this, and you will not regret it. It's a nice scenery. The performance is definitely optimized because, like I said, I checked with the Phoenix and the PMDG, and the frames were relatively decent. Obviously, right now it's running like absolute butter because we're in a 172. But look at that, guys! I want to take that screenshot from here too. This is a memorable one. You got the United, the 172 sandwiched with the Southwest and the other United. Alright, that's good. That's good. Make sure I stop the recording for the replay. Alright. So this is all based on real life data being fed through flight radar and stuff like that through the FSLTL traffic injector to the sim. Oh, look at this. They even have a little stormwater management pond or whatever this is modeled as well. Look at that. Very cool scenery, for real. One of my favorites. Is this United RJ about to take off? Yes, it is. Alright guys, I'm gonna go to the lav. I'll leave you guys with the RJ taking off and I'll be right back. Southwest is taking off. Rotate. What a flat takeoff. You can almost tell it's done by AI. Look at that lineup, holy moly. But yeah guys, if you're familiar with the handcrafted airport for the Denver airport for Microsoft, you know that big hump in the asphalt that broke nose gears. I'd say eliminating that alone is worth investing in the scenery. For sure. Loving it. So we're definitely going to fly in and out of here a lot. It's quite ironic that Scott mentioned Denver to San Francisco in a 172 because, like I said, I was planning on doing San Francisco actually to Denver. And we still might do that next stream, we'll see. It is a bit of a longer flight, but it's under 1,000 miles, so we can do it. It's just kind of funny how Scott made a joke about that, and that's what I was planning on doing anyway. Looking good. Alright, I'm gonna roll the replay. Are these the de-icing trucks? Perhaps. But yeah, great scenery overall. Overall, I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10, guys. Go and pick up your copy today if you're interested. And thanks for joining me on this Saturday night stream. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks to everybody who watched. Thanks to everybody who smashed that like button. Thanks to all my members. Thanks to all the community that comes out and spends time with us in chat. I really, really appreciate you guys and all your support of my channel. And I'm going to roll the replay and get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream as much as I did. That was pretty fun. We should do these kind of chilled streams where there's not going on and we're just kind of looking around the airport and exploring it in detail more often. I enjoy it. Like I said, this is just the second stream of its kind that I've done on the channel. The other one was for the LAX Innie build scenery, and this one is the second one we've done now for Flightbeam Studios Denver. And definitely not the last, guys. As those ominous build-ups, altocumulus, whatever you want to call that, cumulonimbus build-ups, build up over the airport. Very typical of Denver. Alright, let me go ahead and stop the traffic injector for the replay. Beautiful Denver terrain in the background, the mountains. I love Denver. I should visit Denver one time or another. We started with the horse. We'll end it with the horse. That looks creepy. Beauty. Alright guys, I'm gonna roll the replay and get out of here. Thank you so much. Don't forget to smash your that like button on your way out. And I'll see you next time, guys. And you know what it is. We're about to drop it. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday night and enjoy the replay.
People are living together in seemingly perfect harmony until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Like a phoenix, you burst rise from the ashes.